Welcome, everybody, to the prelude to Season 16. It's the CFSL All-Star Week. Hello, everyone. Nate Murphy here, alongside Ryan Moreland. And Ryan, we're kicking things off tonight with the second annual CFSL Army-Navy game, a game in which the outcome of the game is really secondary to the people playing in it.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great opportunity for the league just to show some appreciation for those who have served. And it's such a good game. Last year obviously came down to the wire. Navy ended up winning. Army looking for revenge tonight. Navy looking to keep the streak alive.
And we will call it Army-Navy, but let's be clear. Navy also pertains to the rest of the armed forces outside of the Army. So Navy and everybody else up against Army, just the way the Army likes it. Army's got the football first, and quarterback Ryan Moreland out to start things off. And he's going to throw it first play, taking a shot downfield, wide open, complete inside the 30, and still going to the 10, and pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. John Paul Smith, a 70-yard reception on play number 1.
Yeah, they split the halfback out here, and he does a great job, runs this route nicely, and then just turns that burner speed on as soon as he gets the ball, breaks the tackle there, keeping his speed inbound, getting all the way down to set him up. First and goal right away. Army wasting no time taking a strike.
Now, this Army-Navy game already off to a hotter start than the Army-Navy game we saw back on December 10th in real life. Army first and goal from the 2-yard line, 2 plays into this ball game. They're going to throw for it again into the end zone, complete touchdown. Justin Duke and Army.
A nice catch, or nice pass and catch here. That's Topher Foreman, actually, not Ryan Moreland back there, the freshman from Boise, getting a chance to show off for the first time in the CFSL, and he looked great on that one. 2 for 2, putting points on the board very quickly. Like he said, finding Justin Duke, one of the better tight ends in the CFSL in the backfield.
So I do apologize. Topher Foreman, the freshman quarterback, as Ryan corrected me there, going to Boise State this year, representing the Army in this one. 2 for 2 on that drive. Army puts it in the end zone, and Kyson Carey, the freshman, also going to Boise State this season, will be the starter, I believe, for the Navy, and we'll see what he does here on their first drive.
This is really exciting. We have quite a few freshmen on both sides of the ball here. They're going to get their first opportunity to show off a little bit, show what they are made of. Obviously, Topher Foreman off to a red-hot start. Looks great so far.
And we will see now the Navy offense here in their nice away uniforms there. Coming out, and they're going to split things out. 4 wide receiver set, and they're going to throw it on the first play of the game, and complete to midfield, and spun down is Brandon Oliver, a 25-yard pickup, again out to midfield.
Yeah, nice pass and catch here. They found a lot of room on that outside, found a hole in the coverage, and just took advantage of it there. Chris Ansari comes up to make the tackle, but not before they got a really nice gain here, and they'll move the chains.
And again, these secondaries are going to be tested just like every secondary in the CFSL this season. Again, 4 wide receivers set, 3 to the top of the screen. Carey again going to take a shot downfield. Open man, this is going to be a Navy touchdown. Benny Trill.
Wow, my goodness, was this a boring start or what, Murph? I mean, my goodness. We saw back-to-back 2-play drives ending in the end zone. That one, watch the separation he gets after the ball's in the air. Right there, you're watching Brandon Montgomery run stride for stride with him. The ball gets in the air, and Trill separates then. A fantastic job there. Really, really well-run route, and his quarterback will find him on the end of it.
So a great throw by Kyson Carey, the Boise State freshman, and Benny Trill, the Oregon wide receiver, also a freshman, finds his way to the end zone. And as you mentioned, we've seen 4 plays, Ryan, and we've seen 2 touchdowns, 1 from each squad, and Army about to get the ball back. Will one of these defenses make a play somewhere along the line?
I think they will. Too much talent on the defensive side of the ball tonight for them not to be making plays. But the offenses right now have dictated this game. They've come out strong and really hungry.
As we see a lot of chat going off, a lot of resubs, a new follow. It's Wolf Kid. We appreciate that. We're closing in on 3,000 followers. Hopefully we can get to that point this year. And Buster Cox gets his first catch of this ball game. Topher Foreman starts out 3 for 3.
His first catch of this ball game, first catch of his CFSL career right there. The freshman committed to Oklahoma State. Nice job here picking up the first down. And I'm telling you what, if Topher Foreman plays like this the rest of the game, he might be someone to watch this season.
Now, we've got the newcomer games coming up tomorrow, and here are the first run of the football game. Taylor Copley right up the middle for 9 yards, but we've got a lot of newcomers here showing out so far tonight.
Yeah, we absolutely do right there. Not a newcomer at all. Copley, a senior out of Kentucky, a name we are very familiar with, a guy that can really tear up defenses.
Now, we will see him plenty wearing the Wildcat blue and white, and this is going to be a fall start on the Army offense. Won't see a lot of penalties from these two teams, very well disciplined.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. We won't see a lot tonight. That one, an uncharacteristic mistake, but you have a bunch of guys from a bunch of different teams getting together for the first time. You're going to have a little bit of mistakes.
And so 2nd down and 6, and going to take off as Foreman. He's got the edge, and he's got the first down just across midfield. Gain of 8, and Army moves the chains again.
Nice job here. It looked like a design pass, just didn't find it downfield, called his own number, and he'll pick up the first. Army's offense rolling again here.
So now 2 in the backfield, and this one thrown over the middle, complete one more time. Justin Duke, he had the touchdown earlier. Give him 7 more here.
Duke coming off of a fantastic freshman season as he put up some really, really nice numbers. He's transferred over to Bowling Green now, looking to do the same this season.
Navy looks like they might bring some pressure. They back out of it, and they maybe should have come with the blitz. Wide open is Lincoln Griffin. 9 yards and another Army first down, I should say.
Texas corner, though, Buck Michaels out there. He is not going to let him forget that too easy. They picked up the first down, but that's a hit you're going to remember. That's one you're going to feel later.
Yeah, absolutely. And I expect this to be a hard-hitting game. Couple of big rivals here, Army and Navy. And a big run here right up the middle. Taylor Copley, again, 9 yards. So he's not going to touch it a lot, it looks like, but 2 carries, 18 yards so far.
You can't get mad at all at a 9 yards per clip out of a running back. Copley looking very good so far early in this game.
Pecos Bill with a resub, and I apologize, I'm not keeping up with Chad. There's a lot going on over there. A lot going on the field of play as well. Lincoln Griffin, 11 more yards, 2 catches early on for him, and another first down.
So a lot more methodical of a drive than we saw the first time out, but Army's having no problems moving the football right now.
And another flag, looks like another false start penalty coming up against Army. It'll be first down and 15.
Yeah, another mistake here. And like we said earlier, you have players from all over the CFSL nation, coming together. You're going to have a little bit of mistakes here and there, but it should be a pretty clean game overall.
And a lot of adrenaline pumping, especially early on. This one over the middle, complete, near another first down. Buster Cox, give him 14. He'll be just a yard short of first down.
His second catch of the night, 1 of 14, 1 of 15, showing off so far. And Topher Foreman staying perfect right now. It looks really, really good so far in this game.
So split backs with Foreman looking for his second touchdown. Instead, he throws it to somebody on the Navy team. Is intercepted. A big play there. Ryan Corey Schultz, the linebacker out of Kentucky, picks that one off in the end zone.
That was the curse there. I'm sorry about that one, Topher. That was on me. I was talking about how great you were. Of course, the interception has to come. Ryan Corey Schultz, one of the best linebackers in the league, even though he's just a sophomore.
And now Navy back to work. This one to Gunny McGuire, 8 yards on first down. Sets up a short second down here for Navy.
Here's another guy we're pretty familiar with in this league. Another guy that decided to transfer this year to Bowling Green, taking his talents to the MAC. Gunny McGuire, a solid wide receiver, and making a nice play there on first down to set him up with second and very short.
And Brandon Oliver, another MAC receiver on this Navy squad. We'll see those two go at it at some point when the MAC gets going. This one, a little bubble screen. Brandon Oliver on cue makes a play, and it's a first down for Navy.
Yeah, it's just like you drew it up, right? Murphy, call his name. Of course he's got to make a play right there.
And so now first and 10, ball about the 40. They're going to go bubble screen the other side, and they've got room to work. Again, another first down. This time it's Benny Trill, 10 yards.
Another nice pickup here by Benny Trill. Obviously had the big touchdown pass earlier in the day. But we're seeing this Kyson Carey right now, keeping up right now with Topher Foreman. It's been a quarterback battle between these two freshmen.
And it's almost like this is the duel to see who's going to start over there in Boise. Maverick Rivers, 3-yard carry on a little delayed handoff, and that's the first time Navy has run the ball tonight.
Yeah, I bet you Clutch is watching this one. he's trying to figure out which one of these guys is the guy to get the start week 1. And man, right now, flip a coin. I mean, I don't know who you'd pick.
And BTP_TY, we appreciate the new follow. And that one, Kyson Carey off target for the first time, nearly intercepted.
Yeah, that one was almost intercepted, like you said. Just kind of threw it over the head of his intended target is what it looked like there.
So 3rd down and 7 for Navy, looking to the air again, complete. And Brandon Oliver, nice little inside route, gets in front of the defender, and it's a 15-yard pickup and a 1st down.
Well, the freshmen are showing out, and these MAC players showing out. Oliver has already promised himself to Eastern Michigan this year. Another nice catch there and another nice gain. Neither defense has really done much to slow either of these offenses down so far outside of the lone interception. Navy looking to take the lead on this drive.
Now the Schultz interception in the end zone killed that drive, but Army had driven it all the way downfield. This one off target again. Kyson Carey, his 2nd incompletion on this drive. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, another one where it just looked like he just overthrowing his targets. Maybe a little bit of nerves out there. First time getting to see the CFSL.
Now he's going to step back and throw this one right on the money to Ryshawn Ryland, 13 yards and another 1st down.
A tight window there, but a great pass and a nice job of turning upfield by Ryland, picking up the 1st down, keeping the drive alive as they are just inside the red zone now.
There are 3 receivers in that area. He found the one that was open, and now he's got a 2-by-2 set going back over the middle, complete one more time to Ryland. Back-to-back catches for him. This one good for 6.
Yeah, we're going to see some people play different spots here. Ryland, a cornerback at Oklahoma State, had a really good freshman campaign. Going to play wide receiver tonight. We're also going to see Maverick Rivers, the linebacker, playing some halfback.
Now he's got 1 carry so far, and this one incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd and 4.
That's his 3rd incompletion thrown tonight. The first one, that was actually his fault, though. That wasn't his fault. Hit him right where you want it and just couldn't bring it in.
And now they will go to Rivers on the draw. No room to run. Rivers used to doing the tackling. This time he's dropped by Colin McDowell.
Now, as a guy that's lined up as a quarterback and taking on Maverick Rivers, I can tell you he is not someone you like to see often, but on defense. But on offense there, the defense able to get it done for the first time tonight, and Army's going to hold them to a field goal.
So out comes the field goal unit, and this one up and good. So Navy takes their first lead of the night, takes advantage of the Schultz interception in the end zone. And that's a big swing, as now Navy up 10-7.
Yeah, like you said, it is a big swing. Army has a chance to come right back now. And really, outside of the lone interception from Schultz that we talked about, Army's been moving the ball very effectively. Navy hasn't had an answer for it. Maybe we'll see here if Navy does have a response to that.
And we'll see if Army can get it back downfield. They're going to go bubble screen of their own, complete, and fighting for extra yardage is John Paul Smith. He'll be the Mountaineers starting running back this year, and he's looking good early, catching the ball out of the backfield.
Absolutely. Obviously had the big play earlier, stretching the field for the first touchdown of the game.
And then this, well, a pistol set for Army. Going to throw it again and to the sideline, complete again. John Paul Smith finding his feet in bounds and making the catch.
Sorry about that. Not the touchdown, but the big play that led to the touchdown. But yeah, nice pickup here. Let's see if they can convert on 3rd and 4.
And already 300 yards of total offense combined. And Topher Foreman, for the first time, is sacked. And Noble Smith comes shooting through the gap and makes that play. It'll be 4th down and 12. We're going to see our first punt of the ball game.
The junior from Michigan's not a household name quite yet, but he's a guy you should get familiar with. He is a big, physical, and fast defensive end. And we saw it right there on that play.
And we completed level 6 of the hype train. We appreciate all of that, guys. 35 subs, 385 bits in that hype train. Great work there on the first game of the CFSL season 16. The All-Star week kicking off here, and Ryshawn Ryland, a good return, setting Navy up in good field position.
Ryland, a talented returner, and like you said, great field position here. Navy looking to take what would be a nice commanding lead early.
And now we're going to step back and throw complete underneath, and it's Mark Robinson, complete for 6 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
A nice pickup here for Navy on first down, setting them up that second and medium here. Let's see how aggressive they're going to play this.
Both offenses have been pretty aggressive this entire first quarter, and we're not going to see it stop now, but good defense by the Army defense there, and Carey just has to throw that one into the crowd.
Yeah, pressure was coming awfully quick there, and he didn't have really an answer for it. Nobody downfield that was open, so he just goes ahead and gets rid of the football.
And they're going to go screen pass, not a chance. Carey swallowed up by the entire Army defensive line. Jack Lawson getting the credit.
Yeah, Jack Lawson getting back there very quickly. But there was also George Yost breathing down his neck very quickly. They were on him. Obviously, the screen, you got to get that ball out very fast, especially when you have guys like Yost and Lawson bearing down on you, two of the premier pass rushers in the league.
So 4th down and 14, both defenses forcing punts now on back-to-back possessions after the offenses had dominated early on. So maybe now we'll see some things calm down. And maybe we won't see the big plays in bunches now. But how does Army now get rolling one more time and get back downfield?
I think you just got to keep going with what you've been doing. You got stopped on one. You did have the interception, but you've been moving the ball effectively for most of the game so far when you've had the ball. Trust your freshman quarterback. Go out there and let him sling it around.
And he will sling it on first down and changes his mind, and he's run down in the backfield. There's a big play. Corey Mucci, the sack, and it'll be 2nd down and 14.
Yeah, Mucci, one of those fantastic defensive linemen that they have down there in Miami. And this is like one of the biggest things for a quarterback to realize making the jump from high school to the college level is, man, they're a lot faster here. You can't get away with staying in the pocket and running around too much. There's so much speed on the defenses.
Especially at defensive line, you would expect the big guys to not move quite as fast, but they are just as quick as everybody else. And Taylor Copley finds 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for this Army offense.
Yeah, he had about a half a battleship there waiting for him. About 4 guys standing in the middle of the hole there. This will be a hard 3rd and 12 to pick up.
And they will throw for it. No screens here. They're going to take a shot downfield, wide open down the seam. And it is a foot race. It won't be one to the end zone, but a big play nonetheless. John Paul Smith once again straight down the seam and a big catch.
I'm telling you what, that's the offense right now. Split him out and let Smith run down the field. He is having a big game tonight. That second catch, both of them very lengthy snags. This one obviously keeps the drive alive, but also now there's the threat of points going on the board for Army.
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line, and a read option, and fighting his way forward as Topher Foreman picks up 4 before he is hammered down. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And we got Ballard Clangamine, first ever chat. Go Army beat Navy. Right now we're seeing Navy beat Army, but Army on the drive here looking pretty good.
In position for at least a chance to tie it up here. They, of course, want that touchdown as we hit about 15 seconds to go first quarter. And out of the backfield in that one, just a misfire. It looked like JPS, John Paul Smith, was out there again, but just missed him.
Yeah, it was him out there, and he had him open. He had some room in front of him to operate a little bit, but yeah, just off his right shoulder there.
And on 3rd and 6, going to take a shot to the end zone. Wide open. It's Buster Cox. Toe drag swag for the Army touchdown.
Oh, you got to love a freshman pulling out the toe drag swag. And that was good enough for a Sunday touchdown right there. Both feet in bounds. We'll get another look at it here. He does a good job of putting this ball behind the defense where only he can get it. Cox keeping his feet in bounds. Touchdown Army, and they will take the lead back.
And a great drive, 6 plays, 79 yards. Didn't take much time at all. Again, the big throw downfield to John Paul Smith sets up, this time, Buster Cox in the back of the end zone. And these offenses throwing it all over the field. And, you know, I would hate to be a cornerback in this league.
Yeah, so much wide receiver talent. I mean, we're seeing a lot of it tonight. Some guys really showing out. But really league-wide, so much wide receiver talent in this league. It is a position that is very talented and very deep.
And now we'll see if the Navy offense, 5 seconds to go first quarter, can make a big play to end it. They're going to go underneath, complete, and a big 8-yard pickup on first down. That's Trill, and that will do it for quarter number 1. 14-10 Army over Navy. Come back to Philadelphia. You're watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports right here on Twitch. And welcome back inside Philadelphia here. 2nd down and 2 for Navy, trying to set up the screen, and that one was blown up again, and Carey has to throw it away.
Yeah, so far we saw the offenses come out early. The defenses are starting to come out and showing that they're ready to play, especially attacking this screen. We haven't seen Navy had much success so far with it.
Now 3rd and 2, they will just drop back to pass out of the shotgun, and this one, I don't know if it was a throwaway or a misfire, but either way, it's over top of everybody, and it's punting time for Navy.
Yeah, I think it's just being too careful with the football there. There's such thing. Obviously, you can be too careless. That was being too careful. You got to put that in a position where you can try to make a play. You had some guys downfield that had enough of an opening that you could have gotten the ball to them.
And Copley gets 10 yards on that return, and here you see the first quarter stats, basically. Total yards, dominating it looks like by Army, but Navy's made a couple of big plays of their own, and they're right here in this game down only 4.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that interception obviously playing a big part in the score.
And Army trying to get the ball to the outside, and a great job by Buster Cox breaking tackles just to earn that 3 yards.
Yeah, he broke more tackles than he did gain yards there. That was a pretty wild play, but a great effort by the freshman.
So now it'll be 2nd down and 7. Army, 4 receivers set, 3 to the bottom of the screen, and that's where Topher's looking. And again, it's John Paul Smith tapping the toes, 4-yard pickup, setting up a 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, John Paul Smith going to be taking over that starter role this year in Morgantown and looking good in this game tonight.
I might have to move him to wide receiver. And there's another Army receiver wide open. It's Buster Cox. This time it's good for 30 yards, and Army's just picking up yards in bunches.
Yeah, 5 catches right now, over 70 yards. Buster Cox having himself an explosive night as well for Army, and obviously picking up the touchdown earlier in the back of the end zone. This one will put them just out of the red zone, and Navy has to find an answer defensively because so far they have not really had one.
Not at all. And PD Jackson, a first-time chat, it looks like, so we appreciate that. And Army on another drive, Jasper McDonald running that one for 4 yards.
Vinny Trill says, new game plan, play defense. That would be a game plan for Navy right now.
And it would seemingly be pretty new. They haven't done it very much tonight, minus the 1 interception. Here's a screen pass to Copley. It works for 4, and it sets up a 3rd and 2.
Jay Gates in the chat right now. I just want to say that all of you thanks for all of your service. I appreciate everything that you've done, whether you feel you deserve it or not. Definitely a message that we all and the CFSL family reciprocate.
Yeah, absolutely. And my father served in the Navy, so it's an honor for me to call this game, and I appreciate it, and to get to call it with you, Ryan. And we appreciate what you've done for our country as well. And Navy gets a stop here, but again, this game's secondary to the people in it, and hopefully we'll take some time as the game goes on. We'll call out some of the users in Discord so we know who we're talking to here. But right now, Army up 17-10.
Yeah, and a nice job by Army that it looked for a second like Navy was going to take control of the game. They got the interception. They got back down the field, got points on the board, stopped the next drive, got the ball back in great field position, had a chance to go up by more than a score. Army didn't let that happen, and Army took the lead right after that.
And so now Navy trying to get back in this game and tie it up. They're going to throw it downfield to Brandon Oliver. 22 yards on the first play of this drive, and it's good for a Navy first down.
4 catches, 73 yards. I'd say find the wide receiver from Eastern Michigan more often. This freshman having himself a big night tonight, and a nice play here to get 1st and 10, just short, of the 50-yard line.
Ball on the Navy 46-yard line, 1st and 10. 4 receivers set, draw play, and Maverick Rivers folded up in the backfield by Jack Lawson.
I can tell you what, I'm no stranger to getting hit by Jack Lawson. He is one of the premier defensive ends in the league. He is such a talent and such a nasty hitter, and he shows it off there.
The Oklahoma Sooner star makes a big play in the backfield on 1st down, and on 2nd down and 13, coming near side. This one overthrown again as Kyson Carey cannot find his target there.
No, and now 3rd and 13. They're 1 for 4 on 3rd down so far tonight. Let's see if they can pick this up.
Looking for a big play here, and Carey is dropped in the backfield again. This time, George Yost gets the sack, and it'll be 4th and 21.
Well, every single time there's someone in the backfield, it's Yost and Lawson, both of them trying to one-up each other. This time, Yost getting the better of this race, and he'll get the sack there. 4th and 21 now, and this should set Army up with good field position if there's any kind of return.
And not a lot of wind to deal with here tonight in Philadelphia, about 32 degrees. So it's a chilly night, but calm winds and a good punt there. And Copley gets it out to about the 35-yard line. Army here, a chance to stretch this game to a 2-score ball game.
And shout out to Jay Gates, all of the gifted subs there, getting it going. Let's get the hype train back up in chat.
Now 1st and 10, Army looking to put another drive together. And this one in and out of the hands of his receiver, but good coverage there on the back end from that Navy defense.
And it looked like Buck Michaels there. We've called his name already once tonight, coming up and stripping that football.
Play fake underneath complete. This is Begley, Daniel Begley, 10 yards near a 1st down, but just short, they'll say 3rd down in inches.
Yes, Emmy Smith from Alabama coming up with the tackle, keeping him just short. A nice tackle, his 5th of the night.
So we'll see if Army goes to the ground game. They do. It's Taylor Copley, but he is dropped in the backfield. A big play by Van Sickle, and it's going to be a punt coming up for Army.
Yeah, Van Sickle headed to Notre Dame, the freshman, coming up to make a big play. And what a great timing for it. He shot through that gap very quickly and shut that one down, forcing Army to punt the football away.
And so a chance for Army to extend the lead to 2 scores goes by the wayside. A great job by that Navy defense. Ryland, a 13-yard return. And now it's back to the offense for Kyson Carey and company. We'll see if they can put one in the end zone and tie this thing up. They're going to go 2-by-2 set here. 1st and 10 from the 26 or the 34-yard line, I should say. And this one complete underneath the Gunny McGuire, but good for only 2.
Great job swarming to him there. Gunny McGuire really didn't have anywhere to go on that play. A great job by Army to read and react very quickly.
And 850 Canes gifting 5 subs, so we appreciate that. Looking to get the hype train going again and trying to get the offense going again is Kyson Carey, and he carries it up the middle for 11 and a 1st down.
Now, we've seen both quarterbacks now take off and run with it. We're seeing both of these young QBs are both fleet of foot, coming up with a nice play there to pick up the 1st down.
And dropping back to pass, and he's going to show off his arm on this one, but throws it into coverage, and Kelvin Diggs knocks it away, nearly picked it off.
Yeah, very close to picking that. That was the freshman, and also heading to Notre Dame. Really close to coming up with that one.
So 2nd down and 10. Navy going to throw it again, this time underneath complete and turning it upfield. Close to the 1st down is Gunny McGuire, and they're going to give it to him. 1st and 10 now for the Navy offense.
Oh, fantastic job on McGuire, keeping his feet in bounds and then turning upfield, getting his head lowered and picking up that 1st down. A fantastic individual effort on that play.
2-by-2 set. They're going to go back to Rivers, and he finally finds a hole. Hasn't had much room to work tonight. This time picks up 6, and it's going to be 2nd down and 4.
He picked up 6 yards there, and he brings his rushing total of the night to 5. So, like you said, the rushing lanes have not been there. The Army line doing a very good job of stifling the running attack.
And going to throw it again, this time complete to the near side. Harvey Little picks up 11. Paid the price for it, but it's a 1st down.
A nice play here to get rid of that football. The pressure was on him. He kind of had to throw that off his back foot, a little bit across body, but able to connect with Little there, and a nice pickup.
And hesitant Yam gifting a sub to SS Killer. So we appreciate that. And Ryland picks up 10, and Navy's offense will appreciate another 1st down as they are moving the football here.
Yeah, they are. And Carey's looking comfortable in the pocket right now. He's making plays and play after play, and it's really been methodical the way they've moved the football down the field here. But it's not going to mean anything if they can't put points on the board here, Murph.
Trying to tie it up with a touchdown. And going to come underneath and into coverage. It goes Carey again. Batted away. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Brandon Montgomery, the junior out of Oklahoma, looked like he got his hand in there to knock that one away.
So pistol set here for Navy. They're going to go bubble screen near side. A little bit of blocking for Benny Trill, but can't quite get the corner. Good job by Army's defense swarming over there.
Yeah, it sets up a difficult 3rd and 8 here. They've had their struggles on 3rd down. Let's see if they can get it.
Now they're going to throw for it here. They're going to dump it underneath, complete. That's Joe Beasley. He's got 6, needed 7. It'll be 4th and 1, decision time, and Navy will kick the field goal.
Well, Murph, you haven't heard this in a long time now, but you throw short of the line, you're going to stay short of the line. It's the first time I've gotten to say that this season. Didn't take me too long. But yeah, like you said, able to stop them here. Army, obviously, you're pretty excited to just only give up the field goal after that long drive. For Navy, this really feels like a loss, even though you've put points on the board.
Yeah, they drove it downfield, but Army's defense made the plays they had to deep in their own territory. And the way points have been put up, these couple of stops for field goals, especially by this Army defense, might be huge when it's all said and done.
Yeah, they absolutely. And we're seeing both of these teams find the deep plays, really have set up a lot of these drives are big plays.
And Army looking for another one here. Hit as he let it go, and fortunate for Topher Foreman, that is ruled incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Foreman better go, congratulate the refs, maybe shake their hand, because, man, he might have gotten away with that one.
Yeah, that one was close to coming out and being a fumble. He gets a second chance, and he finds Daniel Begley over the middle, 10 yards and another 1st down.
Yeah, the sophomore tight end out of Michigan. First time we've said his name tonight. Sammy Smith on the back end to stop him, his 6th tackle tonight.
And a bubble screen, and that's one of those dangerous throws, nearly picked off. Buster Cox does make the catch, but he loses a yard.
Buster Cox he just helps his quarterback out there. That was going to be intercepted. He jumped up in front of Darian Connor to grab that and really bailed his quarterback out. That one was just well read by the defense. They were set up for it. They should have switched out of that play, and really lucky they didn't throw an interception right there.
And that was Ted Zelenak that made the stop in the backfield. They're going to come the other way with a bubble screen. Little more room to work this time. Lincoln Griffin gets 4. Still going to be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, the product out of Florida, the junior, a nice pick up there. And it's going to bring up another 3rd down. They've hit 50% of these so far tonight.
Looking to convert another one with a big play, and they've got it. And now it's a foot race, and John Paul Smith drugged down at the 15-yard line, but it's another big play for Army.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a big play machine for them tonight.
And now they're going to be a play fake. They're looking over the middle, complete. This is Begley again, 11 more yards. 1st and goal from the 5 now for Army.
They call a timeout quickly, but with 1:49, they want to not score too soon and give Navy too much time to work with.
And this one underneath, complete. Justin Duke, and he runs out of bounds. That'll also stop the clock. 2nd and goal from about the 3-yard line coming up.
That's Duke's 3rd catch of the night. Obviously, he had the touchdown earlier. He would love to get one right here.
And that's actually inside the 2. They're going to go sweep to Copley. Nobody on the outside for the Navy defense. And it is a walk-in touchdown for Army.
Fantastic play call. Navy was not ready for that at all. And the blocking around that left side was fantastic. Copley could have moonwalked that one in. An easy score there. The problem is it feels great. You're going up by 11 points. There's 1:42 on the clock. Navy has all 3 timeouts left. This is what I was talking about. You didn't want to leave too much time for them to work with, especially the way that they've been able to work the big play in tonight. If they can score quickly here, that's going to get dangerous for Army.
Navy all 3 timeouts, 1:38 to work here in this half as Beasley with a 22-yard return. Navy also gets the football to come out of the break, so a chance to double up if they can get downfield and time things up right. So we could be seeing a much closer ball game here within a couple of possessions. But they've got to score first, and that one off target again. And Weinrich was actually the closest in the neighborhood, and he plays for Army.
Yeah, Carey seems like he's gripping the ball a little tight. He's throwing it a little too hard at times.
And we'll see if he can calm down here, and he does find his target coming across the middle. Brandon Oliver, give him 5. No timeouts, and not seeming to hurry up either.
Yeah, they might be looking here. Let this wind down a little bit and see if they get the first down. If not, you don't want Army to have this time to come back and get another touchdown.
Well, they're going to go screen pass again. They actually get the pass off, but same results. Maverick Rivers going to lose 4 yards. A big play. That was Kelvin Diggs coming up and making the stop.
Yeah, the freshman from Notre Dame, he was all over that one. A fantastic open field tackle, which is going to lead to Army getting the ball back very quickly. About 40 seconds was the entire length of that drive.
So Copley gets it inside Navy territory. No timeouts for Army. They called their last timeout after that defensive play on 3rd down. But a chance to extend this 11-point lead with 1:03 to go here in the first half.
And this is going to be interesting. Can they get the score here to really gain some separation? As you said, Navy gets the ball back, but you score here and you're up by multiple scores. This puts them in a bad spot.
And had plenty of time at first. Foreman was looking around. Maybe he should have run it. Instead, Van Sickle kind of come up and get the sack.
Yeah, should have gotten rid of that one. Way too much time with the football there.
Could have thrown it away, could have taken off. Either way would have been better than the sack. But this one dumped off underneath, complete before he goes out of bounds. It's John Paul Smith again.
And they've been finding him all night tonight. He's had a huge game here for Army.
And now a man in motion. That was Lincoln Griffin. And again, time to throw. And again, an open receiver. Daniel Begley again, 13 yards. First down Army, and they'll hurry it up.
A nice pickup here. Like you said, get on the ball quickly here. No timeouts remaining for Army.
And they will just clock this one as Topher Foreman is having a pretty good first half as he's got Army in range. Maybe another play or two away from a field goal. We'll see. Just inside the 30, though. 2nd down and 10, 35 seconds to go. Looking for everything, and a great throw and catch. Begley, another 22 yards, and it'll be 1st and goal Army.
What a tight window there. And man, he just really threaded a needle right there. Impressive pass.
That was not bad defense from the Navy secondary on that previous pass. Just a better throw. Army's going to clock that one. It'll be 2nd down and goal. 27 seconds left from the 7. 4 receivers set, 3 to the bottom of the screen. Time again for Topher and underneath, or Topher Foreman, I should say, and JPS another catch. They're going to hurry up again.
Yeah, you had time for this, but this one has to be in the end zone right here.
So 3rd and goal, as you said, has to get to the end zone, and it will, and it is a Buster Cox touchdown again, his 2nd of this half for Army.
His 2nd of the night. Topher Foreman's 3rd through the air tonight. And Army will now take a nice commanding lead over Navy heading into halftime. As we said earlier, Navy getting the kick to start the second half.
Now 12 seconds left, so maybe a chance to make a big play before half. But we'll see what they decide to call. 31-13 as this extra point goes up and good. Army seemingly going to take an 18-point lead to the break. And Ryan, if you're Navy in this offense, how do you turn things around? You've had some explosive plays, but you failed to find the end zone.
Well, don't try to turn it around right here. You're not going to get it back in one play, and you don't want to force a mistake. I try to get in to halftime and then try to make my adjustments there. And the plays have been there. Navy's moved the ball well. They just haven't capitalized on the end of drive, so they have to figure that out. But right now, I'm not trying to force the football downfield.
Doesn't look like they're going to. And real quick, I am going to approve of Beat It Down's comment about Pitt. Any shot at Pitt is fair game, in my opinion. So we are going to head to the locker room with Army up 31-13 over Navy. We mentioned the big plays all over the place. Army has made more of them. Talk us through this first half and what you saw, Ryan.
Well, Army's really relied on their talent and their weapons to make big plays for them tonight. Topher Foreman's having himself a good night, but you see a lot of these have been run after the catch and these yards after the catch. John Paul Smith has had an unbelievable first half. You're seeing him on basically every other clip that they're showing right now. He has had such a big game. Buster Cox also coming up with some big plays. Lincoln Griffin, Daniel Begley, Justin Duke as well, the pair of tight ends, they're making big plays. Topher Foreman's finding his guys in space. and they're working that downfield. And I think that's something that they're doing better than Navy is right now. I think that Carey, the quarterback for Navy, just has to calm down a little bit. He's showing a little bit more nerves than Topher on the other side. Calm down, start making these passes, and move the ball downfield.
And while we've got a second, we've talked about the players. I'd like to shout out some of the Discord names of the guys that are out there tonight. Loki G, Carry On Son, Semi Rage, Uncle Elroy, Irish Con, Gunny, Beat It Down, Vinny Trill, and Blue Kush. Those are all the armed forces offense that we have out there tonight. Moochie Main, Cyrock Obama, BT7790, Kevin, Swaggy McMuffins, Joe Fresh, Bush Latte, Horns, USMC Sniper, Trappy Poppy, Terminator, and Kilo Reaper. That's the defense for the armed forces. We'll get to the Army side as well before the end of the night. I just wanted to make sure that we shouted out those guys because these are the guys that we're playing this game for here tonight. So Navy back on offense, looking for a big play, shaking off one, finally going down as Carey. Couldn't get away from the entire Army defensive line, and George Yost gets his second tonight.
Yeah, and guess who was in the backfield with him right there? Of course, Jack Lawson on the other side. These two have been making a nightmare of a night for Carey so far. And I think maybe, honestly, the biggest difference in the score right now has been these two players. Navy not getting the same penetration defensively that Army has. These two guys on the outside have really made it hard.
Yeah, they've done a great job getting in the backfield, causing problems for this Navy offense. And Navy trying to hit a big play here somewhere along the line. This one is dumped underneath complete to McGuire. Going to pick up a few, but it's going to be 3rd down and 11 here for Navy.
And again, the pressure there was fantastic, causes the check down. Navy 1 for 7 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 11.
Needs a big play here, and nearly a big play for the Army defense. Swatted away, and it'll be 4th and 11. Navy goes 3 and out. Army's going to get a chance to extend the lead again.
And that was senior Chris Sunseri that almost came up with that interception. A fantastic job of closing that window right there. 2 guys, though, in the area for Army.
And as Army's offense is about to take the field again, well, after a great punt return here from Taylor Copley, we'll shout out their offense's discords real quick. Ryan Moreland, Frank 15, Bang, BL Husey, Smitty, Tatted Griffin, Danicus, Beard on Blast, and King's Misfit. Again, we appreciate what you guys have done or are doing in the military. Again, this night is for you. Army's offense about to get back on the field. Navy's defense, on the other hand, Ryan, needs a huge stop right here.
Yeah, and you got to rely on the guys that you know can make big plays. And that starts up front with guys like Houston Kai, Noble Smith, Corey Mucci, who a couple of them we've talked about tonight.
Now, trying to make a play, has time, and then finally the pocket breaks down, and there's that defensive line you were just talking about. And Zachary Babineau gets the first sack of the night for himself, and a big start for this Navy defense.
Yeah, fantastic job there. Coming from that linebacker spot and blitzing right away. Even though they didn't send much on that play, it was just tenacity and great coverage on the back end is going to lead to that sack, and it sets Army up in a very bad spot here, 2nd and 18.
Now 2nd down and 18, but Army has hit plays in bunches, and this one in and out of the hands. 2 receivers in the same spot. A little bit easier there for Navy to cover that one.
Ryan Corey Schultz there to come up and make that play, knock that ball loose. What a fantastic player Schultz has been.
So 3rd and 18, taking a shot for all of it, and has a man inside the 10, inside the 5, and ball's loose. And will it count? If it does count, it will be the 2nd turnover for this Navy defense. We'll have to see if they take a look at it. He was close to being down.
And we'll get a good look at it here. This is Lincoln Griffin around the outside and gets a great pass, great throw on the play. Coming down, it was hard to tell on that angle. We'll see another angle here, I'm sure. But it was difficult to tell. They're going to go to the booth review here.
And while we do that, Omen1175, we appreciate the new follow. And after looking at it a couple of times, I think he's down, but a great job from that Navy defense swarming to the football and making this at least close to a turnover.
It does appear that he was down, and it looks like, yeah, they will reverse it here. So Army's still on the drive now. ball on the 4-yard line. But that was trying to make plays, and that's what you want out of your defenders right now, trying to make big plays.
And need another one here, and this one thrown over the head of his intended receiver out of the end zone here, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4.
Yeah, Darian Connor there in coverage, and really the coverage from everybody there was really rock solid. He just didn't have anywhere to go with the football.
3-man rush, going to try and take off, and then slides down, just trying to avoid getting run over by that Navy defense. It'll be 3rd and goal from about the 2-yard line.
Now, you got to protect yourself, but if you just lean forward, you might have had a touchdown. The slide puts you back at the 3-yard line. You got to try to get that touchdown there.
They're going to go to the ground. Copley looking to fight in, and he is fighting for everything he can. Gets it inside the 2 down to the 1. It'll be 4th and goal.
An impressive effort there by Copley, trying to punch that one in. Just short. I mean, they're going to be snapping this from basically the goal line. So close to punching that one in.
A great effort that time by Taylor Copley, and we've seen him do it, as we said, in Wildcat Blue plenty of times. Couldn't quite get to the end zone there. Good stop from that Navy defense, forcing the field goal, keeps this to a 21-point game. And it's hard to say that, this one's on the ground, and Navy gets a break there as it's picked up by Beasley. It's hard to say that it's just a 21-point game and they're still in it, but the way these offenses at times have just found big play after big play, who knows what can happen.
Yeah, we're going to a booth review here, but either way, it's Navy's football. Yeah, Beasley comes up with the grab here, but like as you were saying, you're absolutely right. Both teams have found big plays. Army's just had this bend but don't break defense that's been working for them. Navy, on the other hand, has had real problems slowing Army down. They have come up with a big turnover. Obviously, the last drive here ended in a field goal, which should feel good for Navy, but it just feels like the Army offense overpowering that Navy defense so far in this game.
Now, Navy's offense needs to start putting some power behind some of these drives here as it's getting later in this ball game. Kyson Carey carries the ball for 5 yards on 1st down. That's a good start. It sets up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, great start. Finding a little bit of hole there, switching up and making the defense maybe think twice about sending so much pressure.
And they were getting home that time with 3, but Carey able to dump it off to Gunny McGuire. Good for 9 and the Navy 1st down.
Oh, great pocket presence there. George Yost was untouched, and he was about a centimeter away from sacking the quarterback. Carey able to get that ball out quickly. Not only that, he moves the chains. A fantastic play there by the freshman QB.
Pistol set. They're going to go read option here, and he's going to dance around looking for a hole and finds another 5 yards. 2nd down and 5, so they're picking him up in 5-yard or more chunks here early on in this drive.
Yeah, it's a nice start, and he kind of looked like Elvis back there, just shucking and jive and didn't know really where he was going for a second. But, hey, it'll work for 5 yards.
A good start there, and this time it doesn't matter what kind of juking and jiving he does. Jamison Weinrich was coming after him hard and gets the sack.
The freshman from Kentucky, he's looking to make plays next year for the Wildcats, and he's a guy that probably will. He's obviously got the pedigree. We're well familiar with that last name here, aren't we, Murph?
Absolutely, and looking to continue that legacy here in Kentucky, and makes a big play there. And this one knocked away. Sinceri, his 2nd deflection to go along with 5 tackles, and Navy had a good start to that drive, but they're going to have to punt it away.
And I'm telling you what, if they keep trying Sinceri like that, he's going to come up with one. He had some big interceptions last year in the playoffs, in several games during that playoff run that Oklahoma State had. And Navy's getting away so far with testing him.
Well, Navy's defense going to have to come up with a couple of big plays of their own, and it might need to start right now. Down 21 points, 5:14 to go, 3rd quarter. And while we got a second here in the action, I'd like to shout out at least some of the Army defenders. Discords here: J.K. Laws, 850 Kane CG, Venom, McDougal 22, Glock Lesnar 81, Bubba Brooks, P. Jackson, J.J. Reed 55, Hawkeye, GSP Wannabe, Drunken Devil, Show Crazy 522, and PXT. That's the Army defense. Their Discords again. We appreciate what you guys do or did for the military, and now Army looking to get another drive going, maybe put this one away. It's Copley up the middle for 5 on first down.
You know, we haven't seen a lot from Copley, but what we have seen, we've liked so far. He's come up with some big plays. Navy has shut him down a few times, but overall, I'd say it's a good showing so far for Taylor Copley.
And shout out to my boy Rory. Hello there. We appreciate you joining us as well, big guy. Boise's defensive coordinator. And Copley, another carry, this time for a first down yardage. And Ryan Schultz, his 5th tackle on the night.
Yeah, we see 14R Davis out there shouting out his boy Copley. Obviously very excited to have him, a talented running back.
And I feel sorry for anybody who has to try and stop Copley and that Kentucky offense. Not an easy task. And another completion here for Foreman, making this Boise State offense look like it's going to be tough to stop. It'll be 2nd down and 2 now for Army. And they're going to go read option. There goes Foreman around the edge. A nice move, and he gets the corner inside the 30, inside the 25. 18 yards later, it is a first down for Army.
And what a beautiful move there by Foreman. He sets outside and then quickly cuts up. We're going to see it here. He'll set outside and then cut back forward quickly. Makes 3 guys miss in the sequence of that 2-move combo there. A beautiful play for a big gain. They'll move the chains, and they are on the edge of the red zone here. Navy, their defense has to come up with a response.
First down from the 23-yard line. And Foreman looking to throw good coverage, although it looked like they might have had Justin Duke open a level deeper, but that one's thrown away.
Yeah, got rid of that one. The coverage was good downfield. The pressure came very quickly.
So now 2nd down and 10. And Foreman going to look to run again, and this time not as much running room. Gets 7, though. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, nice pickup. You're never mad at that. Ryan Corey Schultz coming up and trying to lay a heavy hit on him. His 7th tackle tonight. His fingerprints have been all over this game so far.
Looking to throw here on 3rd and short, and it's complete. Lincoln Griffin, 14 yards inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Army.
Well, Lincoln Griffin, such a talented pass catcher, and coming up with one there. Although it feels, you just hate to see him on the other side of the ball.
1st and goal, and Lincoln Griffin going to finish this one off from 3 yards out. It is another Army touchdown and another Topher Foreman touchdown pass.
And Topher's having himself a very good night tonight. You know, obviously he had the big interception, but it really hasn't hurt them. Their defense has been playing well, and on the other side of that, he has moved the ball down the field on almost every single drive. They have the interception and one drive that Navy was able to stop them. Outside of that, points have been scored at the end of every drive tonight for Army, and Topher Foreman's a big reason why. A talented freshman showing off his skills tonight.
Well, Ryan, we've got our first Ask a Broadcaster of the season. Dissolving it's season 16. How you guys feeling being back in the booth after a while? I'll let you start it off, Ryan. How you feel getting kind of shaking the rust off here?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I said it in league chat earlier. It feels like 5 years since we've had CFSL action. So not only getting to see guys play and getting some CFSL action, but you know, you're one of my favorite people to be in the booth with, and it's the Army-Navy game. You know, it couldn't be better. It just could not be better than what it is tonight.
I couldn't have said it better myself. We get the chance to knock the rust off watching an all-star game, and a game played for the people that mean so much to this country. And again, all the appreciation in the world goes out to you guys. Gunny McGuire, great catch there. And I echo your sentiment. I love getting in the booth, working with you, Ryan. And it's been a long time. That championship game feels like it was forever ago. So we've got 4 great games this week. Not all of them me and you, but we got 4 great games this week before we really get season 16 kicked off, I believe on the 2nd of January, and I'm looking forward to that as well. So here we go. Navy, 1st and 10, trying to get downfield. Kelvin Diggs for Army, the closest in the vicinity of that Kyson carry pass.
Yeah, again, Carey just feels like he's just gripping the ball a little too tight. He's trying to make too much happen, and it's tough. You're down by a lot now, but you're trying to make plays happen, but you can't force the ball downfield.
And that one incomplete from Carey, as he's been a little bit off target. And as Logan so eloquently points out, there is a combined 1 Broadcaster of the Year award in the booth tonight, and it was won over the course of 2 separate seasons. So another screen attempt here for Navy goes absolutely nowhere. Leo Guerrero with the sack, his first of the night.
I like my teammate shitting on me there, Logan. But no, well earned too. Murph, back-to-back broadcaster, or back-to-back co-broadcaster of the year. One of the best guys the CFSO has to offer.
Well, I appreciate that. And shout out to the guy that I've shared it with over the last 2 seasons, Cole Mantell. I have not seen him in chat. I don't know if he's around, but he does an excellent job when he gets in the booth as well. And then you'll hear him plenty when the season gets rolling. And speaking of rolling, look at the yardage for Army here in this one, 501 yards. That offense has been rolling all night long.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 500 yards, we still have 2.5 minutes before we get to the fourth quarter. I mean, they're going to put up insane numbers at this point.
And so now getting to the ground attack here, it's Copley for 4 yards right up the middle.
Yeah, Copley's 9th carry, 37 yards, just over that 4 yards a clip mark. Drew Lake comes up with the tackle, a gain of 4.
So offset here is Copley. They're going to fake it to him. They're going to go over the middle, complete. A great throw from Foreman right between the 8 and the 8 of Justin Duke.
And Justin Duke's had himself a solid night tonight. You know, it's not the catchy big numbers that Buster Cox or maybe JPS has put up tonight, but he has had a solid night for Army tonight.
You can say that about just about everybody on this Army offense. And there's a good play from the Navy defense is Begley with the catch, but he's ridden down. He's going to lose a couple.
Yeah, this was a great play around the outside here by Ryan Schultz. Just fires off, and you're seeing that lateral speed from side to side. He is, I can't overstate it. He is one of the best middle linebackers in the CFSL, and I think he has the talent to be a guy that puts himself in the Hall of Fame. He is that level of player.
And he's just a sophomore, going to get better as every season progresses. And Copley has to run against him tonight. He's happy that he won't have to run right into him after tonight. Sammy Smith this time, though, with the tackle for Navy.
Yeah, Sammy Smith having himself a night. We've said his name quite a few times coming from the safety position to make that play.
And going downfield, right down the seam once again. It's Begley, 39 yards later. Army one more time, set up at 1st and goal.
That's his 7th catch. That'll put Begley over the 100-yard mark tonight. Sammy Smith will come up with a touchdown-saving tackle, but Army right on the lip of the cup looking to knock it in with this next play.
So 1st and goal at the 4, and we've said that a lot tonight here for Army's offense. So another 2 goal to go situation, and once again Lincoln Griffin, this time from 4 yards out, another touchdown reception for him, and Topher Foreman 5 touchdown passes on the night.
Lincoln Griffin had such a huge year last year with Michigan and the interceptions that he put up. Obviously, he'll be with Florida this season, but as a cornerback, so getting those extra reps, catching the ball, seeing the ball, running wide receiver routes, it almost feels a little unfair with how good this guy was last year at the cornerback position. Obviously having himself a big night tonight.
Big night on the offensive side of the ball, and you said it. And it's not like he didn't find the end zone last season from the defensive side of things either. He knows how to find the end zone when he gets the ball in his hands. So everybody that has to throw the football against him this season, be careful because he's looking to take it back. And Army's defense, they've done just about everything but score points tonight. They have shut down this Navy offense for the most part. Navy's got to find something to get a spark.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They do have to find something. And it starts here on this drive. You got to find something to move the ball down the field. You're losing big here. And it starts with carry. It's just being comfortable in the pocket, making plays consistently.
And this one dumped underneath, complete, and it's Ryshawn Ryland, 8 yards for him. He's got 4 catches and 37 yards on the night, averaging over 9 a catch.
And that's a guy we saw them go to very early in the game, and they kind of backed off of it. They haven't really used Ryland as much in a while. And I think mixing that up and mixing up these calls and getting more guys involved really could help Navy spring this offense loose.
And that was James Beal. He's going to Eastern Michigan next season. He gets his 5th tackle on the night, and this one dumped underneath the Rivers. They tried to set up the screen, and that screen pass just has not been there for Navy.
No, it has not tonight. And it really has to do with the talent you're seeing across this defensive line. As you can see, guys pulling off, and big number 99 there coming across to make that play. And that's Colin McDowell, a Bowling Green transfer after his sophomore season, a very talented sophomore season.
Now, a lot of MAC represented here tonight, and they've done an excellent job representing themselves. And this is a big play for the Navy offense that they needed. Benny Trill, again, 47 yards. He's got 5 catches, over 100 yards on the night.
And this is the guy they need to be looking for. Benny Trill has been a big play machine. He's kind of their answer, our Navy's answer for John Paul Smith this game. When they've needed a big play, they've gone to Trill, and he's produced. And I think that's something you got to look for. Getting the ball to him, finding plays where you can get the ball to him, getting him an open field, and letting him work.
Now we'll see if they get the snap off here, and they will. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Screenplay gonna go absolutely nowhere as Rivers drugged down by Jaden Riley. That's how the third quarter ends. Throw the 4s up in chat. Can Navy make this a little bit closer? 48-13 Army. You're watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports right here on Twitch. And welcome back to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, everybody, as Navy looking to put some more points on the board here. They've got it deep in Army territory for the first time in a while, and Gunny McGuire, he's going to feel that one later, but he holds on to it. It'll be 3rd and 5.
I'll tell you what, though, there's not many guys in the CFSL that can catch that ball and take the hit at the exact same time better than McGuire does. He is one of the toughest wide receivers you're going to find.
And I do believe that looked like number 7, Lincoln Griffin, back in his normal defensive position that made that play. So 3rd down and 5 for Navy. Going to take a shot to the end zone. Back corner. Benny Trill comes down with it. I don't know how it got there, but it is a Navy touchdown.
I'm going to see this one again. I thought Diggs had the interception for sure, but there it is. He just goes up over top of him. Like I said, when they've needed the big play, Trill's been the guy to make it, and a huge play there for Navy to kind of get a little bit back in this game. Now they just have to find the answers on the defensive side of the football.
Now, that was a great throw from Kyson Carey, the best one we've seen from him in a while. Another great catch by Benny Trill in the back of the end zone. Both feet in, would have been good on Sunday, and Navy, and that's a spark. If nothing else, it makes them get a little bit of momentum. It gives them something to look forward to here. Maybe their defense can make a big play themselves as they come back out on the field.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit of momentum, and you got to capture that. And on the defense, you got to come out now and play fiery, play light up, and try to make something happen. You're down 28, 8 minutes left. You need something big. Try to force turnovers and try to make a big play happen.
A 2-by-2 set, and they're going to go up the middle with Copeland. He's got a lot of room to work. 9 yards, and there was nobody in white there to make a tackle until he got 9 yards downfield. That's an easy run there.
Yeah, that little delay works out to perfection. Sammy Smith is the reason it wasn't a first down. He comes up with a tackle.
And they're going to go play fake this time, and in and out of the hands. That was a huge hit to dislodge the football on that one.
Oh, again, it was Ryan Schultz. Every time we've said his name tonight, it's every time there's a big play for Navy's defense, it's been Ryan Corey Schultz.
And need another one here, but this one complete underneath John Paul Smith. Haven't called him his name in a while. 9 catches, 197 yards, and this one good for a first down.
My goodness, 200 yards catching for a running back. I mean, it's wild to think about.
And now they're going to go back to the air, again complete to John Paul Smith. 5 yards on that first down catch. He does eclipse the 200-yard mark with that one. And yeah, for the most part, they're not short throws. I mean, he's caught a lot of balls 30 and 40 yards downfield.
Yeah, he started off that game with that big catch downfield, and for one of his many big plays tonight. And Topher Foreman over the 500-yard mark tonight, finding him well.
And now Copley on the ground, this time shut down. Good job this time by the Navy defense. And again, it's Schultz. He's got 10 tackles now on the night.
Schultz has been everywhere, man. He really has. Him and Sammy Smith have been everywhere tonight for this Navy defense. They just need more people to come up and show up. They got to figure a way to get off the field. Here's the opportunity.
3rd down and 5, and they do need to get off the field right here and right now. And under pressure, and Foreman goes down. A couple of different defenders in the backfield. Jerry Miller cleans it up and gets the sack.
The linebacker, the freshman going to Notre Dame, coming up and making the play. Notre Dame well represented tonight on this list. One of the better represented teams, and Miller there showing off and making that big stop that's going to force an Army punt, something we've only seen one other time tonight.
Now still down 28 points, 6:50 and counting in this ball game to go. So still a long way to go, but Navy trying to make a game of it. They get it out to the 30 on that Ryshawn Ryland punt return.
Not a bad return, and like you said, you gotta look for that big play again. You gotta get the ball into your playmakers' hands. Guys like Oliver and guys like Trill and Rashawn Ryland.
It has been Trill with the biggest plays so far tonight for Navy, and carry into coverage that time, knocked away, nearly intercepted.
Chris Sunseri again there to make the play, and another time he has been all over the ball tonight.
And again, looking to throw. Carey coming underneath, complete, breaking a couple of tackles is Ryland. He gets 5. 3rd and 5, and this is an important one for Navy if they're going to continue to climb back into this.
Oh, absolutely it is. You got to get back in this game, and you got to start here by making this play. He breaks the initial tackle there, looking at the replay, brought down there by a pair of Army players. But 3rd and 5, this is a big one, and they have not been great on 3rd down. A big reason why they're behind is that 3 for 12 on 3rd down.
Yeah, conversely, Army better than 50% or close to 50% on the night converting 3rd downs, and Navy needs a big one here. They're looking for a lot more than the 1st down, and it is nearly picked off. Kelvin Diggs had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in, but that's going to force a punt from Navy.
Kelvin Diggs, another Notre Dame player, and he almost came up with a huge play there. Great coverage downfield, and able to break that pass up. Going to force the Navy punt, and again, this has been the big difference makers, just getting off the field on 3rd downs.
And Copley can't find a lot of room there, only 6 yards, but holds on to the football. And right now, the football is the key for Army. Hold on to it, take care of it, and grind out some of this clock. We'll see if it becomes Taylor Copley time on this drive.
Yeah, and it really should be. I mean, he's ran the ball well tonight. You obviously like what he's been doing.
And this time they're going to go underneath. Buster Cox on a little wide receiver screen gets nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
He has 8 catches tonight, 82 yards. Obviously the big touchdown earlier. That one, though, going nowhere.
And they're going to go underneath, complete out of the backfield. John Paul Smith fighting hard for those 5 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 5. Now, again, a big play coming up for Navy.
It's insane to think about, but 11 catches, over 200 yards. Doesn't have a touchdown tonight. As easily as Army has scored, John Paul Smith not finding the end zone is one of the ones that really you got to think about.
He has set just about everybody else up, getting the ball inside the 5 a couple of times on big pass plays, but hasn't found the end zone himself. We'll see if that changes here, and it is right down the seam and on cue. John Paul Smith, another 40-plus yard reception, but stopped inside the 20, 1st and 10 Army.
Well, who wants to bet this touchdown will go to somebody else here? No, great play. A great play again in the seam. Navy not ready for it, and Foreman finds him right in that hole right before he gets to that safety level and right over the heads of the linebackers on the zone. It was an excellent pass and couldn't have been timed better.
Now 2-by-2 set, and they're going to fake it to Copley. They're going to go underneath, and this one knocked away by Sammy Smith.
Sammy Smith having himself a good ball game tonight. He has really played the freshman heading to Alabama to start his freshman year. A really good play there to knock that ball away.
4 receivers set. Army going to throw it again. They're coming underneath, complete to Leo Guerrero, 3 yards and tumbling out of bounds.
Yeah, Guerrero, another guy we're used to seeing on the other side of the ball, coming on offense here, making a play.
Now screen pass set up. This is Copley fighting for yardage, not going to get there. A good job from Navy's defense, swarming him under, making sure he doesn't get to the marker, but it's going to be a field goal and more points potentially for Army.
And that was Sammy Smith again, his 12th tackle tonight, coming up to make the stop.
And the field goal up and good. So 51-20, Army all over Navy here. 4:34 to go in this ball game. And again, a small victory there for the Navy defense, not giving up the touchdown after the big play. But now their offense has to get it going again. Just find something towards the end zone here.
Yeah, you got to get some stuff worked out. You got to get some stuff downfield. Benny Trill has been your guy when you're looking for the big play. I think you got to get the ball in his hands. And really, it's about converting on third down. And we're getting to the point here where you should be in 4-down territory anyway.
Now they're going to go screen pass. They're going to get it out to Rivers. Not a lot of room, but he's fighting for yards. Does a good job picking up 6 and taking Leroy White for a ride.
Yeah, he did. He really did there. Leroy Wright fighting for his life there, trying to stay up the Ohio State product. But a nice play there by Rivers.
And now man in motion, setting up 3 receivers top of the screen. And going to come back underneath, complete. This is Gunny McGuire again, 4 yards. Good for a Navy first down. As Gunny McGuire, 8 catches, 71 yards on the night.
I talked about it earlier, Murph, but his ability to catch in traffic is so impressive. You saw it right there. What an impressive catch.
And Lincoln Griffin, 5 tackles on the night. This one dumped off underneath to Rivers. Rivers couldn't hold on to that one. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Oh, a guy I love to compete with, but I'm going to point it out here. Rivers heard footsteps there. He's normally the guy that's leaving footsteps, not hearing them, but that's what happened.
And under pressure, and down goes Carey again, and once again, it's George Yost, his 3rd sack on the night.
And he's going to be a guy defensively that you could put up for a player of the game in this. He has been all over Carey tonight, making it very difficult for the freshman quarterback to get anything going.
And Yost and Jack Laws both have spent a lot of time in the Navy backfield causing problems for Kyson Carey. They're going to go screen play again and nowhere to go. Maverick Rivers gets shut down by Colin McDowell. He's made a few plays tonight as well.
Yeah, he absolutely has. He's been one of those MAC guys that's come up and played big tonight, making you excited for that week 3 when the MAC starts. He's a guy that I'm obviously going to be watching this season.
It will be fun come week 3 when we get the MAC going once again in the CFSL. So something to look forward to in a few weeks. Obviously, we've got week 1 starting January 2nd, and that will be a couple of big matchups to start this one off. Army, they've just dominated, and here we see the John Paul Smith show so far for Army. But again, all these yards, all these catches, and has not found the paint yet tonight.
No, it really hasn't. And it's insane to think about how big of a game he's had. 248 yards on 12 catches. One of the best performances we've seen in the CFSL. But to not have not have the touchdown is just crazy.
Well, Copley looking for a rushing touchdown. He's inside the 25, inside the 20 to the 18-yard line, the best run we've seen in the night. And Copley is up to 80 yards on the ground now.
And Ryan Schultz, the guy that tracks him down, showing off that speed to get to him. But Copley, what a beautiful run there and a big gain. Great blocking. He takes advantage of it and really doesn't get touched up until the tackle there at the 19-yard line.
And now I'll point out John Paul Smith in the backfield, so we'll see if they continue to run the football. Maybe he can find the end zone on the ground after that big Copley run. Or will they go back to the air? 4 receivers set, and they are taking as much time off the clock as they can here as they're going to run the play clock down inside of 5 seconds before they snap it. Now inside 2.5 to go in a commanding Army lead, and they will throw it again. All kinds of time, finally looking to take off. Pocket breaks down, and Foreman will go down as Zachary Babineau gets his 2nd sack on the night.
The product out of Michigan, the junior, comes up with a nice play here, and it was just fighting, really. It was just fighting for it and not giving up on the play that caused that. Topher Foreman perhaps holding on to the ball longer than he should have, but Babineau is going to take advantage of that. Comes up with a big sack here to bring up 2nd and 13.
And now back outside of the 20-yard line as they run the clock down inside of 5 seconds on the play clock. And they will go back to the ground game with Copley. Picks up most of what they lost on the sack there. It'll be 3rd down and 11, a minute and a half to go in this ball game.
And guess who was there to meet him? Obviously, Ryan Schultz having himself a huge night tonight.
So 3rd and 11, about a minute to go in this ball game. We'll see if they just hand it off again. They do to Copley. No room to work. That time the entire Navy defense was there to meet him. And we'll see who they gave. Well, I was hoping they'd show us who they gave credit to the tackle for. But it'll be 4th and 10, and Army will have to snap it, looking like they're going to put 3 more points on the board.
Well, all I can tell you, Murph, is it was a Navy defensive player that got the tackle there, because there was about 5 of them that were in that area. But yeah, they're going to let the clock wind down here, nearing 20 seconds by the time that they're going to kick this. Really an impressive performance by Army. They really took control of this game.
And they will kick it through the uprights, 54 to 20, a 34-point lead here for Army. 18 seconds to go. Really, all that's left to do is kick it off, run the clock out of here. Army going to come away with a huge win in this one. Navy just couldn't handle the firepower that Army had, couldn't slow down the passing game tonight.
No, couldn't slow down the passing game, and really didn't have a great answer for the defensive onslaught that they saw here. And you're seeing the highlights now with George Yost, with Jack Lawson, Colin McDowell, to name a few. This pass rush has been in the backfield constantly tonight and wreaking havoc, and it really hasn't let Kyson Carey get into a good rhythm.
And you said it, this Army defense just as impressive as their offense was tonight. One final play here, perhaps for Navy. They're going to throw it underneath, complete, and tackled inbounds is Mark Robinson, and that should be all she wrote as this clock is about to hit 000.
Yeah, it looks like that will be it. And before we get out of here, I would just like to say thank you to all of my brothers and sisters who served, and thanks for everybody that made this game possible. Congratulations to Army on the win, but more importantly, thank you to everyone who served and everyone who took part in this game.
Absolutely. This game, the result, not the important thing. It was all about the players that were in it. And again, Army all over Navy, 54 to 20, your final score. And with that, I'd like to say thank you to our executive producer, Mike Peters, my broadcast partner, Ryan Moreland, for tonight's action. On behalf of our entire broadcast crew, I'm Nate Murphy, and you've been watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports here on Twitch. And again, I would like to say thank you to all the men and women, both inside the CFSL and elsewhere, who have served or are serving in the military. Thank you for all that you do. And please make sure you join Ryan and I one more time tonight as we say goodbye to the seniors from season 15 again at 9 p.m. Central right here on Twitch. I'll see you soon, everyone.